Oh, there it is. Hi, guys.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, geez. It's live now?
It said now we're live, yeah, but I can't.
Okay, cool.
It hasn't popped up on the page.
Yep, there it is. There we go. I just heard Kate's notification.
Here it is.
So yeah, we are already 10 minutes into the show. We've talked about some very deep stuff.
We already played the intro.
Unfortunately, you guys just won't. I mean, sorry.
Yeah, try and catch us next week. Kira's like, oh my God, what did you get me into?
Well, she's getting used to this crap with me now. She's at this point, she's just like, "What? I got to do what now?" I'm like, "Yes, you do."
I feel like she's probably used to a little more professionalism. Kira, if I'm being honest, I'm totally nervous because I'm super excited to meet you.
Yeah.
Not your dad so much, but
I'm old hat. That's why you guys are used to me. That's fine. I get it. Now I'm getting used for Kira. That's fine.
I mean, that's how it goes, though. My dad will call me and say, "Hey, are the kids home?" And I'm like, "Oh no, they're at wherever." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I was gonna stop by, but never mind." Oh, okay. Just chopped liver.
Well, hello, everybody. Fiol, that's not all I make you do, buddy. I love you. I miss you. Hi, Aaron. I love you and miss you also.
Peggy Goodell.
Peggy. Michelle. Hello, everybody.
Peggy, we totally botched the beginning. Sorry.
Yeah, we did.
Who says you don't need that goose guy around? Huh?
I know, right? We take him for granted.
What time do you do on the show so we can wrap it up just beforehand?
Right. He'll probably text us, so we'll make sure we just.
Yeah, we'll make sure. Before. Like, all right, everybody, thank you.
Is that possible, Matt? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Elliot's here. Kira, Aaron says hello.
Hi.
What's up, Elliot? How's it going, bud? I thought about going as Crow Ravensfoot tonight for you, but I definitely did not have time for all that.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So what do you guys got going on? I tried to find your promo poster for your thing, but I couldn't find it. So if you want to send it to me while we're on, I'll put it up.
Promo poster for what?
Don't you guys have an event coming up?
Mm-mm.
Stop.
I don't think so, unless I'm forgetting something. No, I don't think I have anything going on. What we've been working on, my team and myself, is bringing a location to the masses. That's something that we've been working on. We actually had this poor kid had to go to the meeting with me again. We have monthly meetings. I'm a member of this organization, this board of people. And past few weeks, I've been going with my team and a few people I trust. And we've been gathering evidence at this location, and it's been proving itself to be extremely active. And this location, like many places, historical buildings, needs fundage to stay afloat. So I presented, I said, this is what I do. This is what we can do here. And we're trying to build up the trust with those guys so that they allow us in there to start bringing this to everybody. But that's why we were a few minutes late. We ran from there to here. And it's a work in progress. We're getting there. People holding out like they don't understand the paranormal yet. And they think people are just going to break in and try to steal stuff. I'm like, dude, regular paranormal people don't do that. That's the Urbex people are going to do that. And we don't associate with those folks. So
the regular paranormal people have no problem paying money, buying stuff in the gift shop, like doing whatever they can.
There's a couple of paradivas that think they have the right to go to places for free without paying. And that's whatever. But yeah,
I tried to stop that. I don't do it as much anymore.
Well, it's the first step. But yes, that's my focus for this year. I spent the last 2 years just traveling and doing so much and seeing places, and it was great. And I needed something different. I needed to change. Hey, Nat, I needed to change my focus because I was getting burnt out of the same crap over and over and over again. And I'm just sick of trying to impress people. So I don't want to do any of that stuff anymore. I don't make killer content. I make really crappy, cheap content. And that's what we're doing. You either like it, you don't like it. That's fine. I'm not expecting to get, YouTube famous with it. So I've always had a passion for history and architecture and obviously paranormal. So all of that together, my focus now is, and it's starting with this building. I have another building that'll be coming in about a month So I'm going to have 2 locations. As long as these people go along, my new focus is what I'm calling just paranormal preservation.
Nice.
And, helping to manage these locations and put money back into them to keep these buildings afloat. And
right.
There.
I mean, if they're on the fence about it, tell them to give you a month and open it up for booking for a month and let them see.
I gave them the most basic rudimentary numbers. I said, you give me 4 nights a month, a Friday and a Saturday, twice a month. Hey, Jenny, and I'll give you the money that's coming in. You're going to be like, oh, and you don't even have to be here. You don't have to have lights on. You don't have to do anything. You just give me the key. I'll open the door, let these people in, and I'll shut them out when it's time to leave. And you'll get money for it. And they hear that and it makes sense. But then they're like, well, we don't want that. It's like, all right, you want the money?
Right.
Thing, we're going to keep this place going for people. We'll get there. Casey, I love you too, boo.
That sounds like they don't understand the whole scheme of it.
There's a couple of people that are very concerned that once people hear about this building, they're going to break in and do this and that. It's like, nobody's broken in yet. The building's been here forever. It's not. Hey, Amanda.
You're like faster than I am with the comments.
Well, I try to do everything.
That's good, though. I hope it works out. I mean, I hope they see. Honestly, I was talking to a location out here in Paynesville, and the place is actually like a functioning antique store.
Yeah.
And so they were very nervous about letting people in, and I'm like, if I'm being honest, the paranormal community is some of the most respectful and, when it comes to not breaking things, not, getting things dirty, not moving things around, I think if they try it out for a little bit, they'll realize it's a good gig.
Yeah. I think they just need to I was getting slightly pissed tonight at this meeting. I was just sitting there. I said, listen, you want to make the money, you're going to have to give me this little bit of give and take. I can't blindfold somebody down the street, take them to the building, tell them you can't leave. No one's
I don't know, man. That might get some money in there.
It may, but the well's going to run out real quick because people are going to be like, oh, well, this is this,
Yeah, yeah.
What's your drink of choice, Bud Heavy? A question up there.
I don't know. I don't know.
Capri Suns, probably.
Sprite.
Smoothies.
Probably iced tea.
Nice. Sweetened or unsweetened?
Sweetened.
Of course.
Prepared for this at all?
I don't know. I don't drink a tea at all, so I don't know why I'm saying that.
Sweet tea's the best. Yeah, they're going to come around. I just when I was like, you're either going to let me do it or you're not, and that's fine. But because I said I'm ready to rock when you guys are. I'll have the insurance policy in place, but I'm not buying it until we're going for this because I'm not spending the money on that crap until it's a go.
Right.
But yeah, that's kind of where we're at now, and that's what we're figuring that we're going to do. And I've scaled back a lot this year. I've only got a few traveling hunts planned. We've got Broken Bow in July.
Nice.
I'm going to Eloise out in Detroit in August. I'm trying to think if we got anything else. I got Wilson Castle, my Wilson Castle event in October. But other than that,
maybe that's what I was thinking of.
It could be. That's a yearly thing that we're doing up there. So that's another one. All that money that's raised goes back to keeping that castle afloat and renovating. Because that place, man, it's an unreal place. You guys,
I need to go there.
You got to get out there. If you feel like
I'd like to go
in October, you guys can come as my guests.
All right, that'd be fun. Keira, you do that one, right? The Wilson Castle.
She hasn't been to Wilson yet.
No.
She. Why didn't you go last time?
I think I was busy.
She's too cool to hang out with.
Your nails or something.
Yeah.
She doesn't go to the October events because those are usually a drunken shit show.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, here's what I decided with that event was we've all been to plenty of paranormal events. When I do an event, I don't like structure. I don't like, hey, you just paid $100. You're going to listen to me. And you're going to go to this room for 35 minutes. You're going to do that room for 20. Pay your money. Do whatever you want. Go ahead. Have a good time. And what I decided to do with this one is I invite a bunch of my paranormal friends that have you know, for lack of a better term, we all put on the dog and pony show all year for other people.
Yeah.
This is a way to come out, let loose, investigate how we want, have fun, have a few drinks because they don't mind us drinking there, within reason, obviously. And then we have the paying ticketed guests that understand this is what they're getting out of it. But it's so much fun because we run amok and have a good time. So Keira doesn't need to be around that.
Yeah.
Gina, you got to come out this year. Oh, Casey, please come up, man. I've been telling you about it for 2 years now.
He's never heard of it.
Yeah, Casey doesn't remember. He doesn't remember. Oh, Keira, you got a question?
So one of my best friends, she's into the paranormal also, and we've been wanting to do an investigation together for a while now. We just haven't gotten to do it yet. And my other friends, they don't really understand my interest in it as much.
That's why our friends don't understand.
Same way.
Yeah. So your best friend that's also interested, do her parents not let her do it? Is that why you can't go?
No, her parents like watching the shows and stuff.
Yeah. It's a little bit different though.
Yeah, it is.
They were supposed to come out. We did an event, or I wound up doing an event at the SK Pierce Mansion, a local place here back in October. They wanted to come, but they couldn't make it that weekend. So they're ready to go. And that's actually one of the things that I want to do with this location, as long as I get these people to come around, is I want to offer family-friendly ghost hunts because nowhere does that.
Yeah.
Most places don't allow kids. Like I'm fortunate because I know a lot of these location owners, and I bring Keira wherever I want. And she's the youngest person to ever investigate the Conjuring house. Like we got to do that a couple weeks ago, and that was pretty cool. So I want more families to have that opportunity because it's a good bonding experience. You guys, I'm sure, have done it with your kids and all that stuff, and she enjoys it. She doesn't really get scared, which is weird because I still get scared. But
same. I say that every time you post something about her. She's so brave.
Yeah.
I would be scared.
She is. She probably doesn't tell me. She's probably scared to death and just keeps it to herself. But either way, it works.
Right? She's good at faking it.
That she is. That she is.
So what do you think of the Conjuring house, Keira?
I really liked it. It was super cool when I got to go there.
Yeah. Did you have stuff happen while you were there?
No, I didn't really have any interactions when I went there.
Yeah.
It's too cool.
Did you ever have anything scary?
Aaron should be asleep hours ago. I mean, it is so late in Scotland right now.
I was going to say, what time is it in Scotland?
It's got to be about 1:30.
Wow.
a.m. She's a trooper, though. But she's probably just staying awake so she could talk some smack and then go to bed.
Worth it.
It's all the same. Yep. It's all the same. Yes, you all need to come to my Wilson Castle event. It's going to be amazing. You'll have fun. That's all I'm ever going to promise. That's all I've ever promised. If you come to an event with me, you're just going to have fun. I can't promise you anything else.
Mm-hmm. There's Ashley Storm.
Speaking of broken bow.
She sent my kids a bunch of Nutella today. They were so excited.
Oh, I forgot about the Nutella thing. I remember seeing that. Yeah, they love Nutella.
So obsessed.
Thank you, Jennifer. I appreciate that. And Diana.
Yeah. Matt and I had this conversation. Well, I had a conversation with Matt before the show. Just because I think there's so many people who disregard when their kids are interested in that kind of thing. You know, oh, well, that's just on TV. Oh, that's just made up. Oh, it's just your eyes playing tricks on you, whatever. So I think it's so cool. You know, I'm sure, Keira, do you think your dad's cool?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm sure she doesn't see how cool it is, but it's one of those things, you know, kids don't always think their parents are cool, but I promise you, your dad's pretty cool.
Hey, thanks, Bill. I love you, buddy. Oh, the people that come out, I love it. I love it. Yeah, I don't see me supporting Keira's like in the paranormal. I think a lot of it too is because she knows I'm really into it, and it's a reason for us to get together and hang out. So I think that's part of it for her. But if she was into softball or soccer, I'd support her in the same exact fashion.
Right.
She's interested in something. Like, thank Christ she's interested in something besides her phone. Like, I can't
exactly
get her off her phone. So right now, she's probably dying inside right now. She's probably like, oh, I got my friends, but she'll be fine, for the night.
Yeah, it is true. And I know this is another thing we talked about. I love when people embrace their kids' weirdness. Like my son was into like crystals for a while. Fine. We're going to buy you books on it. We're going to go to the store here. He got a rock tumbler for Christmas, like everything.
I wanted one of those.
Well, you could borrow
it take like 6 weeks to tumble a rock.
Right. There's like 6 steps and
polished stone.
Yeah. It's not as easy as it sounds. But I'm a firm believer in fully embracing whatever it is. Whether it is a sport or investigating, whatever.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
One of her favorite things, like one of the things she loves doing more than anything is urbex with me, like going into the abandoned places. And she's all about it. And I love that because, the curiosity, that's one of those cool things as a kid that you don't have the fear because your curiosity is so much stronger.
Right.
I remember growing up, there was a couple of abandoned houses a street over from me, and I loved going in those houses. And it was weird and creepy, and you knew you shouldn't be there, but you were in there. And that's like whenever we get the chance to go into places like that, we always do. As long as there's no trespassing signs before people get all up in a tizzy.
Because we did just talk about this.
I think you're right, Casey. Rob, don't encourage her.
Oh, geez.
Turtle races might take too long. I agree. I'd allow it once just to see the outcome.
I did get some. I put the rest of the pictures of you guys. Maybe not.
Bro.
I don't know how to use this website. Here we go.
Oh, yeah. That's the Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Vulture City. Good old Vegas.
Nice.
That was an awesome trip. That was right outside of Jerome. That's our local cemetery. Yeah,
I just love it. You guys have so many cool adventures together.
Yes.
We try to do as much together as we can. She absolutely loves doing this stuff with me, and I'm happy about that. And we're going to see Ghost and Volbeat tomorrow night. That'll be a fun concert. I got her that for Christmas, so we're excited to go back to a concert. Her last concert was over 2 years ago, and we saw Ozzy. So,
oh wow,
I get her to see as much as she can, and it's cool.
That's awesome.
The Ghost
experiences, man. That's what it's about.
Yep, life experiences. Aaron's
right.
So I'll be doing. I will be making like candles and like crystal protection bags. I think that's what it would be. Yeah.
And spells.
Yes, spells too.
You're so cool.
She has been hounding me about working for like a year. I want to work. I want to make money. And it's like, well, labor laws are different now. You can't. So, we do conventions. We have these outlets and things like that. Why don't you explore some options? So I kind of was helping her go through some options. Those are the things she's going to work on. And we'll have those. The only convention we're set up for right now is Parafest Maine in October. But once she gets rolling, I'll be posting the stuff online for anyone interested in things like that. But we get some cool ideas that she's going to work on. And I'm happy for her, just so she has some walking around money, so I don't have to keep buying her all her crap.
Oh gosh, that'll be cool, and you know that people will support the heck out of that.
Oh yeah, yep. That's what I told her. I said, we're gonna be on a podcast. There's gonna be a lot of people that will watch this at some point, so you need to talk about it.
Yeah. What else?
Advertise.
Idea, Bill. Put something a cool surprise in the bottom of the candles.
Yeah.
Like cat turds.
Or crystals. It's a toss-up. It could be either one.
Yeah. What are you gonna get?
It's like Bean Boozled, but for candles.
Yeah, there you go.
Some of the items in her store at the
Look at that.
So when I go down there in July, I'll bring them with me.
Yeah.
So you better get working.
Thank you.
See, look at everybody.
See, look at that. You better get to work in that sweatshop I made.
Right. I don't care if your fingers are bleeding. Let's go.
Hi, Allie.
We got 3 conventions coming up next week. We gotta get
to work. School can wait. Conjuring house water. There you go. There you go. All right.
See, all kinds of ideas.
Yeah.
Look, more.
You take some pre-orders right now.
Right?
Yeah, when I hit you guys up next week, and you'll be like, oh, yeah. You know,
Get a Facebook page going for your business.
yes, you will see us at Parafest Maine. We'll probably see you before then anyways, Marion, for sure. Hey, Darren. Yeah, so she's excited. She's got that outlet, and we'll have some more merch and stuff for sale this year. I think we're going to do like mugs and tumblers and stuff like that. People seem to want that kind of stuff. I'm a shirt person, so I just focus on the shirts, but my teammates are like, oh, I can make that. I'm like, you make that stuff.
Yeah, if you can make it, that's great. Yeah, but when you have to start buying it, it's expensive.
It is for sure.
That's cool though.
New weight bench wouldn't be bad, Bill. You're right. I could always use another one. I have patience.
Was Keira going to make that?
No, she's going to work hard so I get the new workbench.
Oh, gotcha.
That's how it works, right? What's my cut? 90%?
No. At like a few dollars for me.
A few dollars? Okay. All right. Hey, Stuart. I told her all I want is my initial investment back, which I think is pretty fair. Mostly fair.
Yeah.
She's going to blow past that. You're going to get all jealous.
I know. I'm like, well, that was my idea. So, you just kind of kick it in a little bit. Without me, you'd be nothing.
I think it's really interesting. Like she's getting a lot of experience too. Like what you're talking about, going to the meetings and seeing the behind the scenes things that, a lot of like, I have no idea what goes on behind the scenes. So like she's getting knowledge in that. That's great.
I like her being a part. Like I said, because we have a meeting once a month. Last month it lined up. I had a podcast that night that she was asked to be a part. I was like, hey, guess what you get to do? She's like, oh. And it's like, hey, guess what? And she's like, Honestly, the meetings are boring as shit. I don't want to sit there and listen to somebody's financials either. Like I don't.
Right.
I'm just sitting there. I'm like, listen, buddy, you want to talk about ghosts or can we go? Like, I'm hungry. I got things to do, but it's all for the greater good. It's laying the groundwork. And
right.
Like you said, she's getting to see the inner workings and see what goes into actually getting to this level. I thought it would be easier. I didn't think I'd have to put in this much work, but now I've like joined this organization. I don't even know what the hell it is. I'm a member of something, and I go to meetings now, and it's not AA, so that's good. I gotta go to meetings and help clean this place. I'm like, that gets me into there, and it allows me to open this up. Oh, there's my other boo. Hey, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Even Buffalo Wild Wings for it. You've definitely eaten bone-in wings like some savage. Hey, Bill, I could say that to my ex-girlfriend too, man. I hear you there, buddy. Courtney, my teammates, they like Keira. My teammates have known Keira since she was really little, so it's just the four of us, anyways, that form the team, and we've been friends for a really long time. So it was very easy to have that work out.
How old was she on her first one? Like actual overnight?
I think 8.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it was 8. We did the Oliver House, which is a location in Middleborough, Mass, which I've been going to for many years. It was funny because we were invited by my friend Christy, who runs the show down there. She's like, oh, yeah, if you want to come down. I said, is it cool? I'm going to be with Keira. Can I bring her? She said, oh, yeah, that'd be great. We get there, and she goes, oh, surprise, you guys are leading the ghost hunts tonight. So, what? Like, I'm not prepared. I got a bag full of garbage-ass equipment. Like, I don't have good stuff. I was like, hey, everybody that I don't know, here we are. This is us. But it was good. And it was like one of those thrown into the deep end without, the swings on. You have to figure it out. And she did great. We had some great experiences, and she really liked it. And we've done some pretty cool stuff. We investigated, like I said, we did a low-key daytime investigation at the Conjuring house recently, but she was at the Vulture City Paracon with me over in October. We were leading the investigation in one of the big buildings there. The most haunted location there is the Sayers office, and that's where Jay and Marie had us with Scott Grunwald. So we were leading the investigations there. She was great. She's a rock star. So she's definitely built for it. She enjoys it.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, it is awesome.
I did have a question.
Hey, Eddie.
There you go.
I think it would have been the Conjuring, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really fun.
Just because of the location or because of what you guys had going on, or what? What was your favorite?
I honestly liked the location.
Yeah. Did you guys you went when there wasn't snow on the ground, right? Like,
Oh no, there was a lot of. We went the day after we got the blizzard.
oh, that's right. Okay.
We got 30 some odd inches of snow, and I was like, hey Corey, is it cool if we still come? He's like, yeah, I'm just out shoveling. I was like, I'll be there, buddy. And I've been there, and also I've been in there in the sweltering heat, and now day after a blizzard. So it's
Yeah.
but it's a fantastic place. It's an awesome location. I'm very fortunate to know them to where I can just kind of pop in and say hi. So that doesn't fall on deaf ears, as they say. I know how lucky I am, and I was glad to be able to bring her and my teammates there because they hadn't been yet.
Yeah.
Getting the team together is challenging, and that's why a lot of times people are like, you have a team? I'm like, yeah, they don't get to do anything with me. They don't want to go here, there, and everywhere. So that's going to change this year. We've got more things planned as a team, but yeah, that was special for me to be able to bring them in there and get them to see the place the way it was meant to be seen.
Mm-hmm. That's good. I hate to see people not do investigations because the rest of their team can't make it, like,
yeah,
it's good to be able to do things on your own as well.
The thing I don't understand, and I've never understood with teams, and I've had numerous people reach out to me like, oh, can I join your team? I'm like, no, like there's no, the team is the team. And oh, Goose, good to see you, buddy. I like being able to freestyle, and I have a very supportive group of teammates that are like, hey, go do you.
Right.
And anytime I'm invited anywhere, I go anywhere, I ask them, can you go? Do you want to go? And I never leave them out of it. Like I might be Matt Warner, but it's Warner Paranormal Explorers, the group, and I always include them in everything. So when things work out, they work out. When they don't, I go off and do my own stuff. So it's all good.
Right. And then, you don't have the drama either. Like,
no, I don't have. There will never be drama on my team. Yeah. I see this like we have 12 people in our team, and it's like, why?
Yeah.
There's so many people to deal with. And
yeah.
I had this one guy, and I won't name him because it's no point, but he reached out to me a few different times, and he was trying to like figure out the dynamic of my team. He's like, well, do you have a tech guy? I was like, no. I was like, who does like editing? I was like, none of us do that crap, dude. What are you doing? We were doing it for fun. Like
Right.
the level of seriousness that some people put into this blows my mind. Like you would think these people are getting paid millions of dollars to make these YouTube clips and do it. And I applaud them for putting all that effort in. I cannot be bothered to do that. This is a hobby I'm really doing, and I'm going to do it my way, and I'm going to enjoy it, or I'm not going to do it at all.
Right. And you know what? Honestly, those people, like we had someone on the show who was very like, every investigation that he did was a science experiment. They took readings, they documented everything, they timestamped everything. They did like,
that's great.
And that's his version of fun. And that's awesome.
That sounds like high school class to me. And I don't
That's not my idea of fun. I can't do all that. My attention span wouldn't last that long.
No, I can't handle it. But he loves it. So
yeah, he loves it.
Whatever. Yeah. Again, embrace your weirdness. Whatever. Just, as long as you're happy, keep doing that.
Well, that's what I was exactly going to say. As long as you're happy for your reasons doing it, do you.
Yeah.
Just don't tell someone else why they should be doing it.
Yeah.
That's my biggest pet peeve. Is like you're doing it for the wrong reasons. Like, where's the manual? I didn't know there was a right or wrong way to walk around in the dark talking to things we can't see.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm kind of with you because I have no purpose in doing this other than the fact that I like doing it. I love seeing new locations. I love getting tours of the places and then investigating school. But mostly I just like hanging out with people and going and having kid free time and going away for the weekend with Shelly and, whatever.
I like the history and architecture the most, I think, out of all that.
Yep. Exactly. We don't.
I like that just a hair more than the paranormal side of things. Like being able to walk into something that was built 200 years ago is pretty cool.
It's like mind blowing to me to think like I'm walking down the same halls that somebody did 200 years ago.
You're walking into a history book.
Right. And just to think about how different life was when this building was built, and and how much the world has changed since this building has been standing. I always think of it like one of those time-lapse videos where they do, you know, like the sun setting and stuff. Like you just picture this building in the middle of a city and everything's changing around it, but that building is still exactly the same. And you're walking the exact same halls that those people did as they drove in on their horse and carriage. You know, it's just, it's so cool. Like, that's the part that I like. I don't bring cameras with me. I don't bring a recorder. I don't review evidence. I just have fun.
I bring a recorder, but I don't use it as much anymore as I don't even listen to it. I might take it, but I don't listen to it.
Right. I've got that too. It's like, I got this nice recorder. It's nah.
Right. It's
a good idea.
Yep.
I mean, I'll use it when we're doing like sensory deprivation or the Estes method or whatever people want to call it, just so that I can play the questions back to the person who couldn't hear them the first time. But that's about it.
Yep, exactly. Patience had a question for you. What place do you want to go to the most?
I wanted to go to Wilson Castle. I think that would be the one I want to go to the most.
It looks so pretty.
I know, I want to go there the most too.
Maybe you'll have to schedule a separate trip. Not an October event, but just.
Yeah, Denise that owns the place is fantastic. She's one that anytime you want to come up, just come up. So
right.
It's a 3.5 hour drive for me that I absolutely hate making. So I'm like, yeah, once a year is probably good for right now, because like 2.5 hours is on the highway, and then it's an hour you go through like Woodstock, Vermont. You go by like Killington where the ski house is. Well, as you drive through Woodstock, Vermont, the entire town is 20 miles per hour.
Oh gosh.
And it's the town is absolutely gorgeous. It's like something out of like some weird like Lifetime movie, like time stamp. Like it's a little quaint town, but every friggin' person goes 20 miles per hour. There's no like, you can't speed. It doesn't work. It's horrible. And I'm like, dude, I just want to get to Wilson.
Right.
But it is beautiful up there. It's definitely a highly recommended.
I feel like that's a place you got to go during the day too. Don't ever don't just go at night, because it just looks amazing.
My favorite thing is waking up in the morning there and sitting out on the open veranda, just looking out at the mountains. It is awesome. It is the best.
Yeah, when you guys filmed there, I was pissed that your drones broke, and I was really looking forward to that BRoll, like so much.
We got to go one time we were up there. We got to go up on the actual roof, which was I'm not a fan of heights whatsoever, so that was pretty cool. Like we went up into the attic and like went through the hatch, and Andy, who's the caretaker, he's like, "Yeah, you want to come up?" And I was like, "Yes, I do." And like,
but also no.
We get up there, and it's like, holy shit, man! You can see from up here. You can see everything, and you can also see this roof needs work. Like, but it's a great location, and that's there's so many locations out there that need recognition and also need the help. So what we all should be focusing on is doing that. And I tried explaining to somebody like going back to that, people feeling entitled and I should get to go to places for free. That's great if you can. And I get to go to places free. That's awesome. But at the same time, I'll also promote that place and bring more people in turn. That's my way of helping. But whenever we go to a place, whether it be an Ohio State Reformatory or Trans-Allegheny, people are like, oh, it's so expensive. Yeah, but that money's keeping that place open.
Right. Do you know how expensive it is to run that place?
Trans-Allegheny is absolutely gorgeous, but they charge money. It's like, yeah, they charge a lot because it's freaking beautiful, and they're keeping it up with that money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You're not paying all this money to go into some decrepit, bunker in Bangladesh. No. Beautiful building that makes sense. So I don't understand why people complain about the costs.
Right.
It is what it is. Like if you can't afford it, don't go.
Right.
Plenty of people.
There you go. That's simple as that.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something that people don't really understand until they do see behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. I can't even imagine. Obviously, Madison's teeny tiny compared to like Trans-Allegheny and Ohio State Reformatory, but my God, I can't even imagine what the bills are like in those places. Like people don't think about that. Like they think, oh, just because you don't have the lights on at night when people are there, like, oh, you don't even have an electric bill. What?
You have electricity, you have a bill.
Right.
You have heat, you have water, like all these things cost money. And when you put it into something that's 80,000 square feet, that costs money.
Right.
And then you also have to upkeep it so it doesn't just crumble and fall apart.
Right. Because they're not made to live for 200 years. So it takes a lot to keep them standing.
Yeah.
And then you have your taxes and all of that stuff too. So
the money is needed. Money is used. If the money is used correctly, it's all good. That's,
right.
Those are the locations I continually go to. It's you know the difference when you go to a place that's a piece of crap and they've not put any effort in years and they're taking all the money.
Right.
That's when you stop going. Fortunately, I don't think there are too many of those out there anymore, though. Seems
That's
like
good.
the ones I notice, anyways, are being upkept.
That's good. Yeah, I hate to see. I feel like if a building was around for sepia tone pictures, we should be taking care of it. Like it breaks my heart to see these buildings. It doesn't matter like what their history is. I feel like they're all important.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And like even the location that I'm working on right now, there's no reported deaths there, but I can tell you right now, all 4 floors of this building are active.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the 12 or 13 different people come in with me the past couple weekends. We've all had personal experiences. We've all recorded things, audio and video. There's no doubt about it. It is an active location.
Right.
It's got 140 some odd years of history to it. So of course it's going to have all this energy stored up over the years. We still don't know why that is. Doesn't matter. It's there. It's happening. So continually, search for answers. That's what we all do as investigators.
Right. And I think a lot of times people focus too much on like the deaths.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Like, first of all, times were very different back then. People didn't travel more than 5 miles away from their house their entire life. So if they had a place where they lived or they worked or they were a caretaker there or, anything, they were a school teacher there, it makes sense that their energy would be stuck at that kind of place or that would be a place that they would return to because when they were alive, it was so important to them.
Right.
Yep, I completely agree. Eddie, Molly Stark, definitely, man. Like I only hear about it from like you and John Ward, but I know about it, and it definitely, whoever owns it should just give it up to someone that wants to run it paranormal and make some money.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great because it's pretty close to my house. I think if it's in Canton.
I know it's somewhere in Ohio.
Yep, I think it's in Canton. That'd be great. It's like a half hour away.
Nice.
Hi, Courtney.
So, Keira, do you have any abilities when you're investigating?
Sometimes I can like feel things, like my chest gets heavy sometimes, and I can like feel the energy in the room.
Yeah. Can you pick up on like what kind of energy it is? Like, can you tell like it feels like there's a man or a woman, or you just feel like the anxiety part of it?
Yeah, just the anxiety thing.
Yeah.
I get that feeling too. I couldn't tell you what it was or anything. I just get that feeling in my chest and everything. Like it's static and the air just seems thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yep. But I couldn't tell you anything else about it except that.
But that's important to have when you're investigating,
That's how I started too. I didn't understand anything, and she's kind of got the same thing going on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Travis. We appreciate it. I can't wait to be up at Parafest again this year. My favorite convention every year.
And then when you're investigating and you walk into a room and you have that feeling, then this would be a good spot to investigate.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good start. That's awesome.
There's been a couple of instances where she's had that happen. One that stands out to me is we were antiquing. We went away for the weekend of New Hampshire, and there's it's called Antique Alley. It's like a 20-mile road where there's just antique shops popping up all over. So we started one and just hit them all. And we went into one, and we went down into the basement area of this location. And I'd been in there before. I walked through the doorway into this back room, and I could feel the heaviness. Like I feel like I'm a human barometer. I can feel the pressure changes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I know something is afoot. So I'm walking in the room trying to pinpoint like what the hell is giving off this vibe, and I think I figured it out at the end. But Keira walked in behind me, and she goes, "Oh, I just don't feel well at all." I said, "What's the matter?" She goes, "Really bad headache." And I said, "Well, do me a favor." I said, "Step back out in the hall." She goes, "Why?" I said, "Just try it out." Went back in the hall, and she said, "Well, I actually don't feel it." I said, "Exactly. There's something in this room that's giving you these vibes." I think it was this child's rocking chair that was in there, which I didn't buy it because I didn't have the space for it. That's the only reason. And I wish I bought it because who cares about space at this point? I wish I had that creepy rocking chair here. But she had that instance there. You had that happen recently.
Yeah, it was at Vulture City.
Was it Vulture City?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, it was in the by the hanging tree, right? That room, that building behind the hanging tree. Okay. Yeah, it was a weird room. Yeah, so she has those abilities that we don't fully, I don't understand my abilities either. Like, I know I have psychic abilities because I've had experiences, but I've completely shut it off because I'm not ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was open to it for about a year, and then like over the last year, I was like, yeah, no, not really for me right now. So I'm not focused on it. I want to open it up, but I'm kind of like, I don't want to be seeing dead people all the time. I'm not ready.
Exactly. Like if it was something that you could turn off and on, like, today I'm going to use my abilities and then just turn it off when you go home. That'd be one thing. I don't want to wake up with somebody standing at the end of my bed because they have something to tell me.
Yeah. No. And that's why I don't even try to delve into it. I'm happy where I have that feeling of thick, the air's thick. I'm like, I'm good with this.
That's where I'm at right now. I'm like, I know this thing's going on. That's cool. Like,
yeah, good
I don't
for me.
See you dressed over in the corner with your top hat on or any of that crap.
Good.
Because you know what? I can't prove it anyway. So who cares? No one's gonna believe me. It doesn't matter.
It's so true.
Yeah, she's definitely empathic. That's something that runs in the family. I wish it didn't. I hate being an empath. I absolutely hate it.
It's rough sometimes, especially now.
Yeah.
With the world being crazy.
Jennifer, I believe it's Route 4 in New Hampshire. You could Google Antique Alley, New Hampshire, but I believe it's Route 4.
Yeah, no. I'm not a fan, Patience.
No.
Conjuring my first night there. Woke right up in the middle of a dead sleep 3 times.
Oh my gosh.
No thanks.
But you don't know why?
That place is so dark. Like, absence of light darkness. You can't see this in front of your face at night.
Well, it's out in the country, right? Just no lights.
Well, the weird thing is there's like a little window across from the bed in the second. It's the middle bedroom on the second floor where all the activity happens. Where anytime I've been there, I sleep in that room. Most times by default because people are like, I'm not sleeping there, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I usually sleep pretty good there, but it's so freaking dark. It doesn't make sense how dark it gets in there.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was sleeping at a place like that, even if I wasn't sleeping, my eyes would be shut like so tight, and I'd just be like,
"Yeah, yeah." It's an interesting place. That's for sure. I like the challenge of sleeping in a haunted place, and I've slept in plenty of them. I prefer a hotel.
Yeah,
if I don't have a hotel, I can crash there. I'll crash there. But the problem is I get a bum rap because I don't like to stay up all night anymore. Like Casey and the guys, if they're still there, they'll make fun of me because it's like, oh, it's 10 o'clock, it's bedtime. I'm like, yeah, so I'm at a point in my life where I don't need 12 hours in a building overnight to prove if there's something going on. I don't care enough.
Right.
It is what it is,
I'm at a point in my life where I need 12 hours of sleep.
That's interesting, Eddie. A buffalo horn necklace. Okay. Never heard of that before.
I'll have to look into it. I wonder if it's.
Yeah. But I wonder if somebody has to find their own thing.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Like I have a couple different bracelets that I wear. It's like tiger's eye, olive wood, and a couple other things that I forget. And I have the belief that those help me, and that's all I need.
Exactly.
I don't surround myself with white light and all that. Because I don't buy into that crap. That's not for me. So
yeah,
I believe in the stones and the crystals and the universe and all that stuff. But
a lot of people have explained it. When you're trying to protect yourself on an investigation, you just picture whatever in your mind is the strongest thing that it can be, the strongest form of protection. And so, to Eddie, it's his buffalo necklace. And so when he puts it on, he feels protected. And so that's what he's projecting out. You know what I mean? Everybody has their thing.
It's kind of like the placebo effect because you take something and you're told it's going to work and you believe it, it's going to work because you believe it.
Right.
Sugar pill or not. Eddie, I knew you were going to chime in with the goddamn Monroe house, dude. That's gonna probably be the epitaph on my tomb.
Oh yeah, he's never gonna let that down. No.
Oh yeah.
I need to go back to that place actually.
That's what I was trying to get at, Jennifer.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah. Yes.
You are believing so strongly that you are protected that in doing that, you're actually protecting yourself.
So you got to believe in that object yourself.
Right. Right. I mean, people tend to put all of their trust into objects when in reality, it is you. You are the one that's strong. You are the one that's protecting yourself, and if you that's what you want to do is carry whatever, wear whatever, say whatever. But I think people got
to feel something. It's got to be real to them before they think it's going to protect them. In my thought, all right, I have this necklace
in their hand.
Yeah, I have this necklace right here, right here, or I have this.
Yeah, that's
even though we could do it ourselves, it's almost like it channels it for us.
Yeah.
To make us feel more comfortable.
Emma, you're completely correct. I was just thinking about the same exact thing, like manifesting hauntings. Like I think people do that an awful lot because they want it to be haunted. So they think hard enough about it, and then their mind plays that trick on them that it is actually happening when in reality it isn't. Power of manifestation is super strong.
It is. I actually read an article a while back about this lady who was trying to become pregnant, and she kept thinking, oh, I'm pregnant. And she believed it so much. And her body actually formed, her belly stuck out and she had excess water there and she would have morning sickness. And she was thinking it so much that she was like willing it to happen. There was not a baby. She was not developing a baby, but she just manifested all of it. Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy. People don't understand how strong your brain is.
And Rodney, if that works for you, that's all that matters, as long as it works for you. And I've also been told, picture the white light. I can't because I don't see the white light because it's not who I am, but I got these stupid rocks I bought at the dollar store in my hand, then I feel much better about myself. Works just fine.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying.
Yep. Yeah, everybody has their
that's a Skittle.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's a safety Skittle.
There is no right or wrong answer. It's really whatever works for you in that situation, 100%.
Yeah, and as long as you believe it, then that's what it's doing.
I know there was a question earlier in regards to like worrying about Keira having anything affect her and if she does anything to protect herself, but
yeah.
Do you? Huh? No? That's cool. She doesn't do anything to protect herself.
That's cool.
No, I wear jewelry and stuff. Yeah.
Don't tell me, tell them.
What kind of jewelry?
I have an evil eye bracelet. And I also have another stone. I think it was green aventurine.
Nice.
You have a quartz pendant too, right? That you wear? Rose quartz? Is that what that one is? Rose quartz?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a crystals person too. So she does have protection. I'm kind of goofing. People are like, oh, this guy's a shitty dad, whatever. She's figuring her life out,
You know what? People can just...
Hey, you're spending time with your daughter. That's all that matters.
Exactly. You guys have an amazing time together. You're not going to put her in a situation where you think that she's in danger,
No, and I've never taken her to a place that I've not been before.
Right.
I always checks the place out. Like the Conjuring house, for instance. I've been there half a dozen times at least. I didn't take her there in the beginning because, it's demons. No, it isn't. First of all, you're full of crap. But I'd like to know, just on the off chance that something is not right there, I don't want to put her in harm's way.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not like you've never done it before and you guys are learning together. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. It's fine.
It's the naysayers. Those are the fun people to deal with.
Right. It's fine because they just have their own issues to work on.
Yep.
Doesn't matter.
I have a big chunk of black tourmaline. I think one of my bracelets actually has black tourmaline in it, but that is one of the best ones for protection for sure. That's going to be in Keira's protection kit, crystal protection kit actually. So
and possibly at the bottom of a candle.
Possibly.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what to put at the bottom of the candles.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. We'll have to get little pictures of Bill Brock to put at the bottom because it was his idea. We'll just put pictures of Bill, random Bill Brock pictures at the bottom of the candle. Which one are you gonna get?
Oh gosh, just make sure you wrap it in foil so it doesn't get burnt.
Yes, good call.
Yeah.
We would have definitely not done that.
I mean, neither. Me either. I'm like, this will be okay, right?
Right, it's fine.
That'd be fine, right? Well, Emma's in for a candle.
See?
Good.
We'll go to the Dollar Tree tomorrow. We'll slap a sticker on it, sell it for $10.
I got some sweet Heisenberg stickers we can put on candles.
There we go.
He's so mad at me. I didn't even tell him I was making them. Oh, they're phenomenal.
Yeah, Kate really wants one, but if I catch it in the mail, it's not happening.
I know we work from home, so it's not fair.
I'll get you some, Kate. Don't worry about it.
Thank you. I'll also set up a PO box.
Okay.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah, Rodney, the stones work really well. The same thing, though. You just put the belief in it. Put the belief in those stones that came from this earth 65 million years ago are going to hold that power that they supposedly have, and they'll protect you. That's seems to work. I mean, none of us have died on investigation yet.
I'm not much into crystals, but I do think they help. Like I like them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'll carry them. I don't understand them enough, though. I think to know what does what. I even have the crystal book.
Either like a lot of it sounds kind of hokey, but I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Right. I have a bag that I take with me when I go on investigations, and it's all stuff that Shelly told me I needed. And I'm like, okay, like, she understands it. I don't. I know she's not going to do anything to hurt me, so it's got to be a good bag of crystals.
Kira's going to have her mojo bags and telling people what to protect themselves with soon too. So
it's good. It's good. Yeah, and I hope, Rodney, I hope that you don't think that I'm saying like it's all bullshit. I'm saying put some trust in yourself too, because obviously, you know, when you do these things and you are protected, that speaks a lot to what you're doing and how strong you are and your thoughts are. So see.
Yeah, Emma, one that was recommended me the other day was Lapis Lazuli. I was told that it amplifies your ability to hear and see things while you're investigating. So that's what I'm going to get.
Oh, see, those are the ones I avoid.
Yeah, I need that. Sometimes I need focus because I'm like too caffeinated, bouncing off the walls, and after like 3 minutes, let's go somewhere else. Let's go to another room. Like, screw this place.
Oh gosh. Yes.
Yep.
Mm.
All kinds of tricks.
That's what it is. Right. I was trying to say channel, but focus. That's what I was trying to say.
Mm-hmm. It is cool.
Yeah, I have my crystal book. I was trying to look for it right now so I could figure out what you guys are talking about, but I don't know where it's at.
There's so many.
It's buried in here someplace.
Right. Yeah, we got there's a place in Austinburg, which is the next town over, and they have a store called Noema Gems, and they give out these bags to kids, and it's like all like pea gravel, but then there's crystals mixed in with it.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? It's fun. So we got my son a bag, and they're like $20, and we're going through it. I'm like, I'm sorry, bud, I don't have a single clue what any of these are. There's so many, and then you turn to the green section, and there's like 17 pages, and
it is very hard to identify some of the crystals.
Yes,
like you know, we get the rose quartz. That's pretty easy.
I got that one.
Pretty easy. Black tourmaline, pretty easy. You know, the quartz one's fairly easy, but then there's all the other ones that look the same.
Right.
Q, and I'm like, all right. I was told it's this.
Right. That's what I like when you go.
So I'm going to believe it and take it and use it as this.
Exactly.
Right. Which will work because you're manifesting it.
Yep.
Yes, like in Supernatural, making salt circles and salting the windows. I've actually.
Yeah, they did that on Hocus Pocus.
Yep.
Yes.
I actually made my own black salt and salted my threshold to keep evil out.
Oh. What is black salt?
So black salt, you can either buy it. I actually made my own, and how you make it is you get a pure kosher salt, and then you also you combine it with ash. So you burn something that no longer serves purpose to you. So what I did is I burned a bunch of old bills I paid, and mixed it with a bunch of salt, said my intentions, and I spread it across my threshold, and I guess no evil's here. I don't know.
Huh. Kira, you can make that too.
Yeah.
There he is.
You're gonna have a whole table of merchandise. I hope you're taking notes.
She's gonna have her
And orders.
her table part of the table is gonna look better than anyone else's. It's gonna be pretty.
I'm excited for you, Kira. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Hey, Goose, welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
How's everybody doing?
In case you were wondering, I totally messed up the beginning of the show.
I wouldn't expect any less.
Played the intro, we're talking, and then we're like, wait, we're not even live. So then I
Nothing but professionalism
Yeah,
here.
You know.
Yeah. That's cool. Hey, Kira. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You absolutely are good to go. What's up, dude?
Yeah.
What's going on?
And that is Juana.
Yeah. Been a long day, but I'm glad to be here.
There you
finally.
go. There you go. You made it.
I'm excited. I didn't ask Kira your question, so
Ooh, question for you. Thank God.
What,
I can sit
my
back.
question?
yeah, what's your question for everybody, Goose?
My
Food.
question
my
for
God.
everybody.
Food.
Kira, what's your origin
yeah.
story?
What's your favorite ghost hunting snack? What's your go-to? It's important.
Don't mess this up.
It's tough. There's a lot of good snacks.
Do,
Fruit snacks.
You like what?
Fruit snacks.
Nice.
And
Nice.
she's a huge Slim Jim fan too.
Yeah. Those
Yes. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah, I
Like
got you. I'll make some more.
Smokies and jerky and all kinds of good protein, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. There it is. So, Kira, what's been all the adventures you've had with your dad? What stands out as like your favorite place that you've been to?
It doesn't have to be ghost hunting either.
No,
It could be
any adventure. I just anything.
I liked when we went to Arizona together.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What kind of stuff do you guys do there?
We drove around a lot and we saw a bunch of different places.
Yeah.
See the Hoover Dam?
Too.
Yes, we saw the Hoover Dam. That's
That's awesome.
very high up.
Yeah.
Not cool. This thing has no fear of heights. She's like, "Hey, let's do." I'm like, "Get away from that!" Like, get away from
Yeah. I was the same way. I took my kids to Maine, or my family to Maine, and we're like going around. Was that mountain like in Acadia National Park? And you're driving up, and you're just continuously driving up these, and they keep getting off, and like wanting to looking over the edge and taking pictures. I'm like, no, get back. I was like, are you gonna come out? I'm like, no, I'm good from the car. The parking lot's cool.
Yeah.
Guys, keep her away, keep the kids away from the edge, please. I was having a heart attack basically the whole time, as I'm not good with heights at all.
I can't stand them. And when we were at the Grand Canyon, we're walking around by the fence like normal tourists. And there's these two idiots out there trying to do Instagram videos doing handstands like way down, like on a ledge.
Oh, man.
And I'm just like, they're going to blow away. And she's like, oh, can we go down there? I was like, no, we can't go down there. And we walk around. I was like, I'm like, all right, we can go down there. Like, whatever, we'll go down there. Like, of course, I caught some flack. Like, you're not supposed to, like, whatever, I don't care. You're so high, you're like a mile above the ground. You feel like you're in virtual reality. It doesn't even feel real. It's like it's not real. Like,
It really does, though.
I'm like, yeah, whatever, it is what it is. So we took cool edge pictures. I was like, get the hell back up on the mountain. And same thing, when we were out there, we went to Vegas too, and she's like, oh, it's good. Can we go to the top of the stratosphere? We stayed there. And she's like, oh, I'd go on all these rides. And I'm like, no, you wouldn't. You're full of crap. And the reason is, she knows I'm not going to call her bluff because I'm terrified of heights. I'm not going on any stupid roller coaster.
No.
So I know she's saying this because she thinks she's tough, and there's people around. And I was like, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is she's actually tall enough, and this kid's almost a midget. She's very short for her age. But she could get on these damn rides. I'm like, these people have no chill. Like, they don't care. No way I'm going on any of these rides with you, and neither are you. Thank you, George. You're right. You are correct. We're all here.
Yeah, I got the good end of the stick with that one because I'm the same way. I won't ride those freaking rides at all. Won't even. I can barely look at them without like feeling like I'm gonna like fall over.
I'll ride
Just
them.
passing out. But my wife loves them, and it's kind of rubbing off on my older daughter. The youngest one is still like she's cool to chill and hang with daddy, get a corn dog, sit on the bench. People watch for a while.
I'll tell you what.
Hold the purse, whatever I got to do to keep off that ride.
There's no way I would do the Stratosphere ride, so that's a little too excessive.
Oh yeah, forget it,
Those
man.
things are nuts. I wouldn't even trust the mechanics behind that stuff.
No.
Thank you, George. Much appreciated. Yeah, I like that roller coaster. There's a roller coaster. For those of you who don't know, it just shoots you over the edge and holds you. Then it comes back and it's like, haha, we're gonna do it again.
It's unreal, man. I've seen it.
150 feet in the air over the biggest strip. Like, no one cares if you die in Vegas. Like,
no. They're probably down there taking bets, making gonna live or die. I got 50.
They're probably watching it in the keynote section.
How many times are you gonna take before this thing fails?
You know what's funny though?
The swing thing, they got an arm. Like you load this arm. Yeah. Comes out over the strip and it just spins you around. Like
no.
I'm all good.
But you know what? There's probably a podcast of roller coaster enthusiasts who are like, people go into buildings and ghost hunt. Like, why would you do that? What is wrong with people?
Yeah, and it's funny because I got friends that were into rock climbing and hiking and mountainous areas, and they're like, how the hell do you go in those places, man? I'm like, I don't know. The same way you could hang off the edge of a cliff with a finger and no tie down or anything.
Except we're not going to die, most likely.
Right? That's true. Most likely. It's a good way to take a nap. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm starting a list of sports that I don't understand. Why you want to do that?
Like curling? Well, curling's not like dangerous or anything.
Curling.
No, like I have skiing because it's winter. Who wants to be out in the wintertime?
Facts.
Like winter sports, I don't understand at all.
Yeah.
That's too freaking cold.
Yeah.
I'm a baby now about winter. We have an event at the seminary on Saturday, and I'm not looking forward to it just because I don't do cold very well anymore. I'm sitting in my house. I literally have a heater like 3 feet away from me, an electric heater, even though we have our heat on. I have a hat on, 2 pairs of pants, 2 shirts, and a sweatshirt.
Oh, see, I'm not that bad.
I can't do cold anymore.
I hate the winter.
I hate it.
We're not there yet. I hate it too.
Rodney asked, what got you interested in the paranormal?
So it seemed really interesting when my dad would go on ghost hunts and stuff. So I started going on them with him, and it got me more interested in it. And then I started doing them a lot more often.
Yeah. How often do you do them?
I used to do them a lot, but I don't do them as much.
Yeah.
We haven't, and she hasn't been to this new location with me yet because she's so busy with her social life.
I know how that is. They're all interested in your
sleepover. I'm like, whatever, dude.
They're all interested in your hobbies until they get to that age where they're on the phone and they're talking to their friends all the time.
See, I thought it was Ray that had the busy social life that he didn't want to do anything the way you started the sentence off.
Yeah, not me. I got you guys.
I understand the busy social life. Yep.
I got you and D Nice. That's all I got right now. That's my social life right there.
The second part of Rodney's question was, what was your biggest personal paranormal experience so far?
It probably happened about how long ago?
What are you talking about? I don't know.
The one when I woke up in the middle and saw that.
Oh, well, you were like 7, I think.
Yeah, I think so. So about 4 years ago. So I woke up in the middle of the night, and I went to look at my room, and I saw this tall shadow figure standing over my bed. So I went under my blanket because I was really scared.
Yeah. That's an appropriate response. Just
Yes,
so you
it
know.
is. I was going to say.
I'd do the same thing now
Yes.
at 40.
I do too.
And I tried to wake up my dad, but he wouldn't wake up. So I just went under my
No.
TikTok and trash right there.
Yeah. And so then I went to check, and I looked out my bedroom door into the bathroom, and I saw it there, standing again in the doorway.
Oh.
It was about like as tall as the doorway, and it was a tall black figure.
Wow.
Wow.
That was from something that we brought into the house and didn't know. Good old haunted object that now resides in the basement.
Nice. Surrounded by black salt.
Yeah, I kind of felt bad about that one, but it was unknown at the time. It was a set of paintings that were found in the trash, and they were brought in the house, left in the kitchen. That happened that night. Next day, they went down in the basement, and I don't like them. I don't like touching them. I don't like being around them. So I keep them like face to face in a pile down there. And
yeah,
I've brought them to 2 conventions to tell the story. And we actually, when we were in Vulture City, we did a lecture together about them. And I printed, because I wasn't traveling with these freaking things on a plane. I don't want to kill everybody.
Right.
I printed out pictures of everything and passed them around. People were just like, oh my God, I can see, like being able to read these paintings through the pictures. So it was pretty cool.
wow. What did people say? Like,
People
what did
got
they
really bad vibes from them.
Yeah.
The first convention we brought them to, so there's 4 separate ones. 2 of them look similar. They're like this weird cubist style painting. And then the other one are like 2 women. Like one's like an old grumpy judge looking type woman. And then the other one's just like some lady. But people couldn't pinpoint which one was bothering them. But we had our table next to a psychic, and she didn't know anything about anything. And she's like, can you move that painting like away from me? I don't.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, this one? Yeah, I'll move it. Like, because I don't care about that stuff. But everyone that sees these things in person just feels something off about them. So they stay downstairs. Everything else that I have that's enchanted, I don't call them haunted, is up here in the living room with me because it doesn't bother me. Those things bother me.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's probably why they were in the garbage.
Yeah.
I would assume that's why they were in the garbage.
Yeah.
They wouldn't even be in my house. They'd be burning in the
I was
driveway
going to
right
say,
now.
what makes you want to keep them if they bother you that much? Why do you hold on to them?
It's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
I mean, if I put them down there and they were still bothering them, I'd relocate them somewhere else. I would never get rid of them. I really like pushing boundaries and limits as much as I possibly can within the paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
I felt really, really crappy that happened to her.
Right.
Right.
So I did everything I could to keep that away from her, and she's been fine ever since. Never had anything like that happen again. And the things that I have in the living room are nothing's like aggressive like that we've encountered. So she's been good since then.
It would be cool to get them back out, maybe not in the house, and just have a psychic and do an investigation and see what the hell the story is.
I have no problem traveling with them to a convention. Like I said, I don't really like it, but I will do it because I like people getting to see these things.
Right.
Like, it's not Annabelle. I'm not gonna be like, you can't touch them. I'm like, yeah, take a picture with it. I don't care. Grab it. Whatever you want.
Yeah.
You want the spirit home with you? Go ahead. Good luck to
Right.
you. Because people want that experience. And then there are those people that will not come near my table because of certain things. And I love that. That's funny to me. So
Nice.
is what it is.
See, I would collect some of that stuff, but I'm not allowed.
That would be cool.
My wife is like, no.
Jennifer, we brought them to Parafest 2 years ago. I didn't bring them with me last year, but we had them at Parafest 2 years ago. Her and I did a lecture about them. Maybe I'll bring them again this year if I feel like risking life.
Keira, have you ever done sensory deprivation?
No, I haven't.
I don't know if she's ready for STs yet.
No?
I'm not sure. I don't know if she'll understand it or if she can comprehend it, but it actually hasn't come up. Worth a shot.
I did it with my friend's son who was like, I think he's like 10 or 11, and he was listening, and we were definitely getting a lot. I don't know. He just they can hear different frequencies, you know? So it was really actually a cool experiment. He did really good.
I'm hit or miss when it comes to it. I either have a great experience or I have nothing.
Yeah.
There's no middle ground for me.
Yeah.
It's got to be pretty pronounced for me to think it's anything.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I think, oh, maybe that was probably just a radio station coming through.
Yeah.
That was,
My attention span doesn't allow me to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank God I got the Jeff Fent, the one Jeff got me, because like listening to the SP7, that like,
yeah, that gives me a
I'm
headache.
ready to throw that thing and just toss it. It's annoying.
Just the other day, Shane Pittman posted this thing that he got for his. I forget who made it, but it cancels all that white noise nonsense out on the.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you know what? I saw Tim Shaw post. I think it's the same thing. It's the Gary Galka, the guy who
made it. Yeah,
the Mel meter guy.
It's called like the ANC Mini, and
it's like this little box thing, and that's it. And you just up and down button, and that's
that's cool.
Pretty simple. I asked him. I said, "Is it worth it?" And he said, "Actually, you can adjust how much noise comes out of it.
Yeah,
it works really well, and it is worth it." So I'm like, I'll probably get one of those, because I hate all that staticky noise too, because it takes away from everything else.
Yeah.
I don't have that Fent box or a portal or anything, so all I have is my SB7. I don't feel like spending a few $100 on a box that I'm not going to use right now. So
right.
And then you have the SB7, and it's making so much noise. There could literally be footsteps right next to you, and you would never even hear it because you're just listening to that stupid loud noise.
Yeah. See, it never works for me because like I said, I don't have the attention span. My brain tries to fill in the radio stations or whatever.
Oh.
Like it'll start to all right, this is going right here, this is hitting here, this is hitting here, this is hitting here, this is hitting here.
Yeah. Okay. You'll start hearing the patterns if you do it for long enough, where you know what's what. But I don't know. It's just like, then you're like, what? Did I just hear what I thought I heard, or is that just me?
Yeah.
Is that my head playing with me?
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a piece of equipment, Keira, that you like to use, or do you just like to kind of experience it and just like get the raw experience of everything?
Yeah, I usually switch from equipment. I don't have like a main one that I use.
Do you have a top 3?
I like using the K2 meter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 1 out of 3.
I don't know what else I use.
So the K2 meter is your favorite?
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
She does love her K2. She loves
to
go clusters it around,
Yeah.
She has her own dowsing rods. She hasn't gotten used to those yet, which mine didn't work for years, and now all of a sudden they work great for me. So I understand that completely.
I'm still getting used to mine, Keira. I still don't trust them. I don't know if it's me that's not holding still. Like I'm like subconsciously moving them where I need them to go.
Okay, here's my issue with dowsing rods, right?
Okay.
How do they find water?
I have no idea.
And it has something to do with the mineral quality or something.
Yeah.
It's got to be magic.
Well, yeah, I mean, at the Shalersville Historical House where we do go.
Yeah, they had the big ones.
Yeah, they had that guy that used to be there all the time. They had his actual divining rod, where it's like the Y-shaped stick, where he'd like walk around and be able to
like pulls at the ground.
And pulls into the ground, and they said that like he was like right on with it all the time.
I just don't understand it. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Shalersville's a big sand and gravel pit area. I mean, there's gravel pits all over the place.
Hey,
What's up, Shelly?
We use like I use the EDI Plus a lot because I feel it adds a lot of credibility to anything.
Yeah.
I do like the EDI. I'm not gonna lie.
I have the EDI. I don't have the EDI Plus yet. That's next.
For a long time I was like, this is stupid. It's not something I want. And then I kind of kept looking at it and seeing more people use it. And I was like, all right, this does make sense, because I'll use that in conjunction with my rods.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have my favorite piece of equipment that I've been using is a Vortex dome from Vortex Ghost Gear. It's a static dome.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it lights up in the direction that it senses static electricity from.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
This friggin' thing works so well in the places we take it to. It either if it doesn't work at all, nothing's going on, but it works and it interacts with you, and it's fantastic to use that. You got that next to the Eddy, and then you got the rods. It all plays together, so you can kind of back things up. But we use a lot of stuff like that. It's less the handhelds, and we got the music box and all that stuff.
Yeah,
the bells and whistles stuff. But
right.
Yeah, you get to the point where you get so involved with the tech and the toys and everything that you're using, you miss a lot.
Yes.
You miss so much.
Yep, exactly.
So I'm like, I'm cool with, usually by the end of the day, have the EDI and I just put it somewhere, and if I hear it go off, then we'll start paying attention to it. But other than that, it just kind of sits there. I just forget about it and then just experience the house, and that's.
I also like to have devices around so that I know if something comes into the room, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Like something
I'm a chicken
non-spiritual.
shit. Oh, sorry, Keira. I do like it.
So I'm interested, Matt, as a father myself, and with my youngest being really wanting to get into this. She's 11. Like, how did you work with Keira, getting her okay with it, and do you just go balls to the walls and just and start investigating, or was there talking and prepping her for certain things before?
Well, if she's ever been in Matt's house, it's all over his living room.
No, that's true.
Well, she like myself from a very young age has been watching horror movies. So fear has always been something that she understands. And she's watched me doing them. She's watched the show. She's watched a lot of the shows that we do, which I don't watch anymore. I can't watch that stuff. It's been a long time since I've watched any shows. But when she had that experience with me bringing those things into the house, that kind of opened her eyes. And then I had a responsibility to explain it to her and help her not be scared of these things. So then she was kind of more interested about it. So I would talk to her about things, and I would tell her about my adventures, and we had this, and I do a lot of the travel around and go to places, and I tell her about it when I come home. She's like, "Oh, that's great." And I said, anytime you want to do this stuff, you can come with me and we can go to places. And so we started doing little things here and there. And it wasn't, she was ready for it. I knew she was ready for it. It wasn't something that I was like, hey, come stop being a baby. Come with me.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Wouldn't be there. So I think it was an easy transition. There wasn't much to it.
Yeah. I think Eliza's kind of there. I mean, just by what we witnessed at Madison when I had my kids and Denise had her boys there. She was really into it. And she actually told us to leave the room. She was getting pissed that we were talking so much. She's like, "Can you guys be quiet?" So Denise and I walked out. My oldest, she's like my debunker. She's 14. She's like, oh, whatever. I don't really know. But she witnessed what happened. Eliza told the spirit she was talking to shut the door, thinking that, she was looking at the door that was in the room with her. Well, I'm in a closet across the hallway talking to my daughter, who was on the other side of the wall, because there's a window there. And I swear to God, the freaking door that I was standing behind started shutting. And they're like, what the hell? And it was crazy. And she didn't, they responded maturely. They're like, wow, that's really cool. That's really interesting stuff. So I think they're ready, but I think it's going to be a slow progression, because it's, I think they're more ready than Kim, my wife, being ready to let them go with me on this. You guys
had a kids' day at Madison, and I wasn't invited. I have a kid now too.
He's a little bit young, buddy.
He's almost 3.
Actually, my kids weren't even supposed to be there that day. That's right. I was up there to give. I was up there to give his kids a tour of the building.
Yeah.
And then my dad dropped my kids off.
See, that's what I love about the difference between my two kids. My 14-year-old was totally in to the history stuff.
Yeah.
She was really interested in the stuff that we would tell people at the flashlight tours.
Yeah.
My other one was just kind of in her own world, feeling stuff and wanting to do active ghost hunting, and she was not paying attention at all.
Yeah.
So it's get those two together, they'd have the perfect ghost hunter. Right?
Yeah, they would.
They would. Dynamic, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you get Keira? Do you find a lot of the history interesting?
Yeah, I do.
The places you go with your dad, do you do a lot of reading up and research, or just kind of talk to your dad about what he's learning?
Sometimes I'll look into it before to kind of see the history about it.
Yeah, that's really cool. And that's another thing I love, sharing history with the kids.
Yeah.
It's easier for me to actually talk about the history than the haunting stuff, because I'm still kind of feeling it out myself. How much is too much? And my youngest, just randomly, she's like, "Do you believe in demons?" I'm like, "Are we watching some anime thing? Do you believe in demons?" Like, okay, just like hit me with that one out of nowhere. Like, well, I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess, and I try to explain it to her as best as I can, but it's hard.
A couple of years ago, I scared her because we had done, vacation wise, like I try to take a vacation with her every year, like do something cool with just me and her. And we'd done Disney and we'd done some other things. And I said, you know what, vacations now, we're going to do a little bit of history with vacations. She's like, and so, but what she didn't realize is that history, that vacation was going to be, we went to Pennsylvania. We went to Hershey Park.
Nice.
And I said, all right, history time now. We went to Eastern State Penitentiary and the Mutter Museum. I was like, that's your history. Like, we're not going to take out some boring thing here.
Right.
Same thing. We were out in Arizona. We went to Jerome, Arizona. We went to the Jerome Hotel and we did all this haunted history. I said, this is history too. It doesn't have to be boring stuffy history. Like we live in Massachusetts where everything started. Like we don't need that here where we go. Right. So
the hotbed of history right there. Actually.
Yeah.
So she does get to learn stuff. It's just a very, very different than the most kids are religion learning. But
but she's learning.
I think that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
She is learning.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's the most important thing, and I love seeing my older daughter. She's been reading like ghost hunting books way before I even realized she was into it. But like I said, she's the history buff. She's like the trying to find the science behind it type girl.
Yeah.
And my youngest is the spiritual, like, oh, did you feel that? I just saw something. I feel this thing. It's crazy dynamics between them, but it's I still like, even though they're older now, it's still kind of I'm tiptoeing into it.
Well, you have to.
Yeah. I'm like, most of the places I go to, you got to be like at least 18.
No, not for them. Kim will get you.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
So you have to tiptoe in.
What you need to find.
Yeah.
Places that are too over the
like
top.
Shaylersville would be good to take.
Oh yeah, Shaylersville.
Yeah. And what we did even at Madison was good because it was during the day. We did the history tour, and then we're like, okay, let's get the K2 out. You happen to have your K2.
See, they like the K2s too.
They like the K2. They like to ask some questions. They witnessed some activity, which it's the first time I've ever seen something like that at Madison. Like
once again, not invited.
Yeah. And
it was my daughter's birthday, and I'm like, what do you want to do? She's like, I want to go to Topgolf, and then I want to go to Madison. I'm like, okay. That's those are 2 books.
Yeah.
Right. I'm down. Whatever.
It was cool too because my 10-year-old was like, he still talks about it. I mean, that was a while ago. He still talks about it, and he'll be like, Mom, I know there was no one else in Sarah's room when that K2 went off. And he's like, I just have to know who did that. I have to know how that happened. And I'm like, welcome, bud.
That's what gets you.
Yeah. Get ready to spend years and thousands of dollars trying to figure out the answers.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what we got to do. But we just all like got to meet together, have our kids there with us.
I know Matt said he wants to start doing family-friendly events.
That'd be awesome.
At his undisclosed location.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It needs to be more common. It needs to be more acceptable.
Yeah. I mean, we got to get I know you probably talked about it, but getting the kids away from the phones for a little bit.
He did. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's dying right now, knowing that her phone has notifications on
it. Yeah.
Her phone's like, ding.
I had the big explosion too earlier today. Like, listen, you got to get all this shit done before. Excuse my language. You got to get all this stuff done before the phone comes out.
Yeah.
And I get home and they're on the phone.
Oh yeah.
So I tell her, okay, put the phone away. I walk back and she's got her freaking tablet with her. Yeah.
Well, she put the phone away.
I'm like, put the tablet away too.
I was like, you.
Then she gets out her Chromebook from school. I'm like, come on. Like I gotta hide all the technology in the house.
Just shut off the Wi-Fi. What are you doing?
Oh, your data.
Oh, they'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my phone has a hotspot. I'm not technically using it because it's sitting over here. Kids are smart, Keira. You guys are killing me.
He literally just goes, I have unlimited.
You have any ghost apps on your phone?
No, I don't.
Good.
That's good. They don't work.
Good. They don't work.
Ghost Finder.
Right. Ghost Radar.
Yeah. There's a demon 2 feet away from you.
Right. Yeah. That's why I'm saying you can't trust those things because it'll tell you you're in a party full of spirits in your room.
You'll be like running out of there.
Yeah. Those are crazy. I can't wait till you can tell us where this place is.
Well, it's in Massachusetts.
Oh, I know exactly where that is.
Now that you say that, yes, I think I got it too.
It's in the South Shore of Massachusetts, so it's south of Boston.
Okay.
So how long would it take me to get there?
If you were driving?
Yeah.
Probably 9-10 hours.
Oh.
Okay. About 10 hours.
I'll make a weekend of it.
It took us about 10 hours to get to Salem, I think, from...
I'm an hour south of Salem, so...
Okay. Gotcha.
We're about 30 minutes south of Boston.
Cool.
Cool.
I'm sure you guys have been to Salem a few times, right?
Yeah, a couple times.
Yeah.
Salem as an out-of-towner tourist is fantastic. As a local, it's a horrific place to go to.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Even as an out-of-towner. Yeah.
A bunch of people who don't know how to drive.
If you go there in October, you're taking your life in your hands because you're not going to find parking. It's going to take you 3 hours to get through the city.
Yeah.
And here's the thing: like I like going to we go to Salem all the time, but we go in like the summer. It's really nice in the summer because everything's still open. All the shops are still there.
Right.
All the shops are tourist traps. It's not like you're going into all real witchcraft shops. There are a few. That's not to say there aren't a few, but most of the shops are just tchotchkes and touristy things made in China, not in Salem. So
unlicensed hocus pocus stuff.
I prefer going to Plymouth any day over Salem. So Plymouth has the history that I chase. So and Plymouth is very haunted. And the Burial Hill Cemetery there, it's got pilgrims from the Mayflower buried at it. So it's cool to walk around there and check out that place. But there's a lot of history here. I wouldn't say we take it for granted because we absorb it, but I love getting out of here. Like I get going anywhere but New England because I've done it all.
Yeah.
My hope with this location and the second one that I'm working on, the second one is only 10 minutes away.
Nice.
And there are 3 hotels within 7 minutes of this place. We're not in the middle of nowhere. 30 minutes south of Boston, an hour south of Salem, 30 minutes north of the Lizzie Borden house. So there's no reason that when these things are up and going that people wouldn't want to come from other parts of the country here and make a weekend out of it, Massachusetts, and get a couple locations done. So that's the hope.
Especially if you could get them to work together. Like if you book both places for the weekend.
Running both places.
Yeah.
So it'll be seamless.
Yeah, you get a discount if you book both of them for the same weekend.
That's kind of my hope. That's my hope. Yes, Gina, you are correct. A lot of history here. But yeah, my goal is to have it running both places 2 weekends out of the month. So Friday, Saturday, but maybe either the first and third of the month. That's it. It's going to be kind of exclusive because I don't want to work all the time anyways.
Right.
This is a secondary gig at this point. So I think it can be pretty viable. And both of these places are extremely active because I've put in the work. So I wouldn't be like, hey, come check out this old building. It may be something. No, this is definitely something. And half the fun as a researcher is building the evidence and figuring out history as we go. And that's kind of the stage we're in right now. We're having a blast.
I love it. It seriously is so much fun. We've been there almost 5 years and we still get so excited when we find something new. It's so cool.
There you go, Gina. Hell yeah. And you got to come up to Wilson too.
Yes, Wilson Castle. I got to get out there.
Yeah, we talked about we got to get there.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice too that you have the opportunity to investigate before you jump into it.
Yeah.
Because some of these people just buy a location and hope that it's haunted. You know what I mean?
That's the sketchy thing you have to worry about as investigators, like spending money to go to these places. It's like, are just trying to pay their mortgage or is something actually going on here?
Right.
Yeah.
I have too much pride of self to put my stamp of approval on something I don't believe in. And that's why we're taking the time. Like tonight at the meeting, like I mentioned earlier, they're not fully there yet. I'm like, whatever. I'll keep coming here every weekend and investigate, man. Like I'm having a good time with that.
Right.
Yeah.
All this damn place is haunted. I don't have to tell anybody at this point. And all the people that have come with me, we've all had experiences. So
Right.
Doesn't take much more than that, you know. I just want more people to be able to experience it. So
exactly, and for them to be able to make some money while they're, you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, the building's on the National Historic Registry of Deeds, so
Nice.
it has a big piece of history there. And with COVID, these types of places don't get any action because nobody's doing anything.
Yep.
So people aren't renting out these spaces for events or anything like that. They're just sitting there vacant, and
Yeah.
they still have to pay the bills.
Right. And why not? I mean, I really don't understand it.
I think it's just people are scared.
I get that people don't understand the paranormal, and I get that they don't believe in ghosts or whatever, but everybody believes in money and logic. Yes. You know what I mean? Like it's
well,
just
not even saying that they're scared about the ghost. I know Matt said something about it too. Is like, you know, the liability. He said he'd get all the insurance and everything like that, you know, but that's like they're probably like, how am I liable for this, or what am I liable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what their heads are probably thinking.
I guess.
Rodney, I don't know of that antique store. I know obviously the Paracon was at the John Carver Inn. The Jenny Grist Mill's across the street. I don't know if there's an antique shop in that. But I go down to that area in Plymouth all the time. I'll check it out. If I've missed an antique shop, I'm going to be very upset with myself.
So of your collection that you have of your enchanted items, is that stuff that you've just happened across, or is it stuff that people have asked you to come and deal with? Or
most of it people have given me, because it gives them some sort of vibes and things like that. A couple of things I've found on my own. I have a steamer trunk, which is filled with dolls, of course, because I'm a 40-year-old man. What else would he put in it? But the trunk itself, I was told. That's funny. I actually got this trunk from an antique shop in East Bridgewater, which this antique shop was just on the new season of Kindred Spirits.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The antique shop's super haunted. It's in an old Masonic lodge, and I'm not gonna. I got them the location. No big deal. But I went in there one of the first times. I said, "Yeah, I'm looking for weird stuff, creepy stuff." That's how I lead off. I don't waste my time looking anymore. I'm like, you got to do this, or this, because that's all I want. I don't want to look at your glasses. I don't give a shit about your glasses. Like, that's what we do. We have this trunk that's, you know, that people feel weird about. I'm like, all right, you know. I was fortunate enough to be allowed to do a little low-key ghost hunt in this antique shop one early morning. It was a Sunday morning. It was like 6 a.m. They're like, sneak in before, you know, we open. I'm like, all right. And I was walking around with a Mel meter. I had a Mel meter at the time with the REM pod built in. And I was just kind of walking around, and we went by this area that had tons of stuff. And it spiked. And I was like, oh, that's different. And I was able to trace it to like a beach ball size energy orb, whatever you want to call it. And the guy goes, oh, that's actually where that trunk is. I'm like, really? And there's just crap everywhere. So we cleaned it off. And sure enough, this trunk was hitting with EMF.
Wow.
So I bought the trunk, of course. And,
of course.
The story with the trunk, it belonged to this guy, Lewis Haywood, who he hanged himself in 1896 or 97.
Wow.
And all his belongings, everything he owned, was stored in that trunk. His name's actually written on the bottom of the trunk.
Wow.
And so his energy is somewhat attached to that trunk. And yeah, I bought it, brought it home.
Filled it with creepy ass dolls.
Filled it with creepy, supposed haunted dolls. So it sits over there. I've got another trunk over here that a friend gave to me because she couldn't have it anymore because people were walking above the ceiling above her bed as soon as she brought it in. And I was like, get it.
I'll take it.
Funny thing is, I've got all my ghost hunting equipment in that one. So
nice.
Keep it nice and charged.
Exactly. And then
nothing you go to is actually haunted. It's just the attachment from that one specific spirit in the trunk, right?
We'll never know. And I have things. I have a painting on the wall here that same trip that Keira and I, when she had her feeling in that antique shop. It was a different antique shop we went into. It's the very last one of the day. We walked into this room upstairs, and I walked through the doorway, and I could feel just heavy. And I said to her, I said, either this house is haunted or something in this room is. And I couldn't figure it out. So I took a panorama picture of the shop, of the room, posted it on Facebook later that night. And I said, I don't know what was going on here, something. And I had a bunch of people, comment, it's that painting.
Yeah.
And for 2 days while we were on vacation, I was like, damn it, I need that painting. I got to go back. So on the way home, I went back.
Yeah.
And it's like a 90-year-old husband and wife running this antique shop out of their house. And I come in, I was like, hey, how are you? I'm going upstairs. I go upstairs. And I see the paint. I walk in the room, same feeling, and I put my hands on the painting, and I could feel the energy come off of it. And I was like, "Oh, it's this! It is this!" And so I bring it down, and it's a big ass painting. It's probably like 2 foot by 3 foot, and it's very nice. This weird woman. I said, "Yeah, how much you want to get for this?" And I think it was marked 50. He's like, "Oh, do you know the person?" I said, "No." I said, "But here's the story." And I told him, like, I'm a paranormal guy, like I got this, and he's just like, "All right, I'll get my wife in here." And she comes in, I tell them the story, and they were like fascinated by it. They're like, "Oh yeah, how about $30?" It's like, sold. So she hangs on the wall, and out of all the things in here, that's actually the only thing that bothered Erin while she stayed here.
Oh yeah,
really?
Back during the holidays, yeah, it was the only thing she didn't like it, and I was like, really? Like out of all the stuff,
yeah.
So, but that was one I found on my own. So most of the stuff though people have sent to me or given to me, a bunch of Ouija boards that are supposedly cursed and all that shit.
Yeah.
Dolls, weird objects, haunted rocking horse, funeral reel-to-reel player that's made noise on its own. And,
wow.
Nice.
It's totally normal to me now, which is kind of weird, but
yeah,
it's
pretty normal. Is it pretty normal to Keira now?
I know. I was just gonna say, is there anything you don't like in there?
No, I don't think so.
You're just used to it, huh?
Just chill like your dad, right?
I feel the house is pretty like. I give them attention, kind of like I accept that they're a part of this house and a part of the family, and I talk to myself anyways, but I always like, hey, what's up, everybody? I'll say goodbye in the morning, things like that. So I feel like they know they're appreciated, and they just have somewhere to keep the energy afloat.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That's a good way to think about it.
It's a good angle. I like that.
Yeah.
I have obviously, like I have the doll Ameline that's got the noose on her neck that people have seen, and she is the matriarch energy of this house. She runs everything in this house. And when we took her up to, it was actually Parafest Maine again. This was 2 years ago. We took her out with us to the convention. I take her with me now if I don't have to fly because she likes attention.
Yeah.
We came home. I came home actually. I dropped Keira off at her mom's. When I came home, she was still out in my Jeep with the rest of my stuff. I walked into my kitchen and I heard a man and a woman talking in the living room. And the woman said like 2 syllables. The man said like 3 syllables. And then I heard a child laugh. And I'm like, what the actual hell? They'd never heard any of this stuff before. And I kind of like, I looked in the living room and it's dark. Okay. And then brought everything back in and I never heard it again. And I think that the other spirits were just having a good time because she wasn't here ruining it.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
They're having a party. House party.
School marm was out.
That's exactly what I think it was. So there's a lot of energy, but it's just calm here. It doesn't bother me anymore. And
so if you give it attention and all that stuff, that's what they want.
From a
positive attention,
view.
Yeah. Right.
That's kind of that's the approach I've taken, and so far it's worked. So
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that's a lot of like people with these haunted objects think that they're automatically bad or evil or demonic. It's an energy just like anything else that's attached to this thing that wants to be treated and appreciated just like anything else.
But if you think about like a doll, everybody's got haunted dolls now, which really just disgusts me. But
I don't like dolls.
I don't have any haunted dolls.
So.
That's the hot thing now everywhere. Everybody's got a haunted doll. And it's like, if you think of a doll, you think of like if Keira had her favorite doll that she played with for 10 years, all her loving energy is going to be attached to that doll.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's haunted. It just means that it has an energy to it. And if I now, as an adult, put that on display and give it the same affection, of course it's going to be happy and not bother anybody.
Right.
Right.
So why is it haunted? Like, why would because it's not. That's the question. The answer is it's not haunted. You're full of shit.
Yeah. Trying to make a fast buck.
I don't really, and that's one of the things I don't go about promoting that I have haunted items because it's kind of a cop out, and too many people do it. I know what I have. I don't need to prove it to anybody, type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what you have. You know what you want.
Yep. Exactly.
Well, and then the dolls. Okay, let's be honest. All things with kids are creepier. Like if you hear talking in a building, a disembodied voice, and it's a man and a woman, it's fine. But once you said you heard a kid, we all were like, ooh, you know what I mean?
You are correct. At this location I'm working on, there's a child spirit there, and through one of the portals last weekend, it asked for chocolate. We're like, we'll go get you a chocolate bar right now. Like,
right.
Like, we got you. Like,
right.
and it was playing hide and seek with the music box behind the door. It would poke out, the music box would go off. One of my teammates saw the shadow at one point. I'm just like,
oh my gosh.
Kid spirits are drawn to me because I am an overgrown child. So I've always had that kind of interaction, but it is still weird. It is an extra level of creepy.
Right. And so even if you know, like you were explaining with Keira having a doll for 10 years and then her loving energy is attached to that, if somebody sees a doll and maybe the doll is giving off a loving energy, but that comes off as a giggle, that's not going to sound, you know, the people aren't going to be like, oh, what a positive little doll, you know.
I'm so glad she's happy.
Yeah, it's still going to seem negative and scary just because it's a child energy.
Who is the Christ? Holy
Right.
Christ.
Right.
Once again, in the driveway, on fire.
Sitting out front waiting for you tomorrow with no burn marks.
Yeah. Oh.
Right.
Then the house is on fire, and you guys will never hear from me again.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah, I brought a doll to the seminary that somebody just gave me when I did home daycare, and they didn't give it to me because it was haunted. They gave it to me because it was creepy.
Yeah.
You would like play with it, and it would say, "I love when you play with me, mommy." Okay, to a little girl who's playing with her doll, she's like, "Oh my god, that's so cute." You hear that in a haunted building? It's not cute.
I have this little one over here sitting in a chair. It's like probably 5 years old, and it was at Hales Bar Dam. Someone had put it in Hales Bar Dam, and the owner, Nicole, when we were there last year, she said, I hate that thing because it goes off whenever it feels like it. Please take it out of here. I was like, I'll take that thing with me. Of course, I took batteries out of it when I got home. I was like, I don't hear that thing either, but it's never done anything. It sits here, but I don't want to hear it either.
No, it's
especially
creepy.
with no batteries.
Right.
Yeah, no batteries. That thing's out of here. That'll be in the basement.
We had one of the baby Bella dolls. Have you heard of those ones?
Mm-mm.
Okay, you should do some Googling on that because it's a pretty messed up story. But they have these dolls that are like, they're like Furbies, and they like learn words from you and stuff. And they're super creepy, and people learned that you can use them on investigations. And they're meant to be just a toy. Like they still sell them as a kid's toy. Well, we have one, and it was sitting on the couch, and this guy is like yelling at me, and he's like, that's pretty shitty of you guys to just leave those things on so they can scare people. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, your stupid doll just winked at me. He's like, you guys think you're so funny leaving the stuff on so that people get scared? And I was like, that doll has no batteries. And he's like,
good.
Yeah. That's
what do
when
you
I
have to
need
say
to go in
now,
the
sir?
garbage. Yeah. I was like, I will.
And that was the
show
last
you.
time I ever went back to Madison.
So sometimes they do still work with no batteries. Be careful. Oh,
But yeah, you
gosh.
can almost use most kids' toys for a ghost hunting tool if you really
Right?
think about it.
Yep, you really can.
Because that shit's always going off in the middle of the night, or
Yeah.
Oh my god, Lincoln's got a Plinko game, and it went off. I was out here smoking, and Kate was in bed, and all of a sudden I get a text. Can you come turn this game off? Because it's freaking me out. So I went in there and I turned it off, and I just came back out, and then like eventually I went to bed. She's like, "Where were you?" I was like, "I was out there in the garage." She goes, "You couldn't come in right after you came to that Plinko board over there?" I just like left.
Oh, nice.
She has one of those creepy dolls from Spirit Halloween. And
okay.
It's like, I love playing with you. The terrifying noise. And this was probably within the first year I moved into this apartment, and I had never lived alone prior to this, so I still wasn't adjusted to all that. She wasn't here. That piece of garbage went off at 4 a.m. And I'll tell you, when you hear that little creepy child spirit sounding voice, you lose your mind.
Yes.
It's not. I ripped the guts out of that thing so fast. I put it in the other room. I told her, yes, you need to never do that to me. It does not belong in this house. That was awful. That was scarier than anything that's ever happened to me paranormal.
Right?
Like, no, thank you.
Kids' toys are scary sometimes. And it's always like the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. when you're the only one awake. Like it doesn't just happen while you're having dinner. It's always while you're the only one
Very
awake.
inconvenient.
Yeah.
I always
like,
become
little-
the quintessential scary like movie guy because it'll go off at like one of them will go off at 1 a.m. and I'm like, I know if I open this door and there's a ghost there, this is gonna be somebody's gonna break into my house. But it like freaks me out, man. It does.
So we had a cat when my kids were real little. The cat passed away, and like 2 weeks after that, I'm like, again, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm doing my business in the bathroom because I'm old. I'm getting up like every hour anyways. But I'm sitting there and I start hearing this meowing loud as hell coming from the hallway. I'm like, okay, I never believed in haunted, like animals coming back as spirits until now. I'm like thinking, okay, I'm afraid to just like walk out there and see like the ghost of my dead cat walking around. It's just meow, meow. I'm like, what the hell? So I go out there and I'm like looking around, like, where the hell is it coming from? And there lays like one of those books where if you push the button, it makes the noise.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, even freakier.
Who said that?
Because this thing is going off by itself.
Who's pushing the button?
Nobody. It was laying in the middle of my daughter's room and she's sound asleep. And I'm like, what the hell? That's even worse.
Ray drops to his knees.
I would have rather seen like the ghost
Your
of my
cat,
dead cat.
Yeah.
Than
I was gonna say, I'd rather
toy
take the
going
cat.
Like, no. Yeah, toys need to be turned off, batteries out every night.
Yeah.
But you know, and when my daughters got older, they really thought. I mean, they understood my fear of dolls, so they would start hiding them under my blanket. So I'd go, get to bed late at night. I pull back the blanket, the thing's staring at me. I'm like, you hear me yelling, and I could hear them in their room like, hee. Like, you son of a.
It would get me every time. I don't even care. Like
there was this one in particular. It was only like that big, but it had the weirdest looking face, and it had a top hat. Like, what the hell is this thing? It's just
things
so
with top
weird.
hats. That's not right.
Like this cherub baby looking face, but you got a tuxedo and a top hat. What the hell?
Never trust anybody with a top hat.
Yeah.
But I to the point where it was so often I was like pulling back the sheets, like, oh shit, it's gonna jump out at me.
I stepped on Daniel Tiger the other day when I was all by myself, and I was like, it was under clothes, so I didn't even know I did. I was just like.
But things have changed because now when I hear that at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's usually my daughter playing Roblox. So that made her smile. She's like, Roblox. She's like, speaking of which, we got to wrap this up. I got a game.
Right.
I have to tell you, Keira, you are super brave because at your age and with me, no.
Yeah. You know what, Keira? I'm 39 and I am not as brave as you are.
Yeah.
She loves basements. Like that's her thing. Like the Oliver house is a dirt basement. Another place we go to is a dirt basement. She's like, I'll just be down here just digging. I'm like, what? I'm just gonna dig in the dirt. I'm like, all right, we'll see you later. I hate basements. Like basements skeeve me out. Like there's spiders and things in basements. Like, I prefer an attic, but she's a basement person, so it works out.
You dig in the basement floor, Keira?
Yeah.
What are you looking to find?
Well, this one time, I found like a big pile of bones.
Animal bones.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
Just this one time.
Yeah, it's just called the murder. No big deal.
I wish.
That's pretty cool, though. I mean, that's exploring, man. That's exploring.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. But
so I know that it doesn't mean anything because you don't know me, but I do want to tell you that you are super brave and you are super strong, and just remember that, because sometimes when you're investigating, you'll have things like you'll get a headache or you'll get chest pains or something, and sometimes people will tell you that that's a spirit attacking you or something, but you know better. You're stronger than that. You know that that's just them trying to tell you something. Maybe they died of a heart attack. Maybe they died of a head injury, and those are just things that they're trying to tell you. So keep being brave. Yeah. Keep being brave. Just remember that you're super strong, way stronger than they are.
Thank you.
And I'm excited to see your merchandise that you come up with. And I'm excited to see your adventures that you do.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
I tell you what, I want a Keira bag of crystals. So whatever that happens, I will definitely get one.
Yeah, keep us updated. We're all going to be all us old timers are going to sit here watching you younglings take over, and fill our shoes for us. So doing a good job, a really good job so far.
They are the future.
Yep.
Right.
It's got to teach them right.
Yeah, do the best we can.
Right.
Yep. You got a good teacher, Keira.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Right. But anything? Unfortunately, it's about that time. Is there anything you guys want to plug real quick before we?
He can't. He's not allowed to tell us
right.
locations.
Why don't we have people on that can't say anything?
Well, I think I figured it out. It's 30. I think it was 30 minutes from Boston, 30 minutes from London.
Yes, it's on the South Shore of Massachusetts. It's a small area, about 12 towns. You guys. I'll be able to tell people about it within a month or so. I still just got to convince a couple board members to be out there with it, but
awesome.
It'll be open up for the public pretty soon, and
very cool.
It'll be just direct through me, so everybody will be able to come in. Everybody that I like will be able to come in and want to do some investigating. And Keira's stuff will be available pretty soon. Cool. Like I said, we don't have any events or anything to promote yet, but that'll be out soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys have a lot to focus on, you know.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, it's nice to have a different focus this year than trying to promote some other things, you know. So there's more purpose behind this year, and I like that. I needed some purpose to keep myself focused and enjoying the paranormal because I was burning out.
Right. Well, you were seriously so busy doing so many things. You know, I'm sure it feels nice to just be at home and focus on yourself.
It does, because this location is literally 2 blocks from my house.
Right. Nice. That's so nice.
So good. Like it's so I can just research, learn, experience, and go home in my own bed.
Right.
Ride one of your little haunted tricycles over there, your rocking horse.
Hey, the rocking horse would be a nice ride.
That would be funny.
That's
like a little scooter on the bottom of it. Oh my god, that would be freaking hilarious.
We'd ride over in my trunk. Anything.
That's awesome.
But I'm excited for you, Matt. That's good.
I appreciate it. We're excited to be able to bring this to everybody. Like it's nice to be able to contribute something positive to the field. Yep. And that's something I've always wanted to do and I've always strived to do. And now there's something I can do. So
and you are literally saving history. Yep. Like how cool is that?
That's pretty awesome. I'm very proud and happy to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Good. I'm happy for you.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
So keep us posted. Where can people find you?
So you can find us on Warner Paranormal Explorers everywhere. All social medias.
TikTok is awesome.
I've been doing some live investigations from this location on TikTok. That's the only place you'll be able to see this place on live investigations is TikTok.
Nice.
I did have somebody ask where the Ravenfoot videos were.
Yeah.
I know we need more Crow Ravensfoot, and he'll be coming around very, very shortly. He will make his reappearance, I promise.
Keira's like, God, no more of those.
The first time, he did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
What else would a dad and daughter do on a Sunday?
Right.
Just do it for me. I got to do these videos, and she filmed the videos too, actually. So.
Keira, go get the wig.
Bring in my wig, daughter.
Right.
Do you have any more of that black nail polish?
Right. Keira, did you use my black nail polish again? Damn it. We talked about this.
That's pretty accurate.
All right. Well, it was awesome having you guys on. We'll definitely have you on again. We're looking.
That's appreciated. I appreciate you guys having us on very much.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing what you got coming, Keira, and what you got coming with the new locations, Matt. So really cool. One thing we want to plug because it's just right around the corner.
Oh my gosh.
And where the hell
I added a whole bunch of pictures. Sorry.
I was gonna say, where's that at?
Oh yeah. That's a cool event you guys are doing.
Yeah, March 5th.
I'm so excited for this.
Really excited. We like to be part of events that actually work towards a cause and raise money for a cause. And it's not just a who's gathering of paranormal celebrities. It means something. We love.
And it's puppies.
Well,
yes,
I mean, I would be there, but
well, yeah. So there's the one downfall. If you need an excuse not to go. Heisenberg.
Okay, I'll go with that.
Yeah, I'm so excited, and I could listen to Tim talk about his story a million times over.
I've heard it a few times now that we've had him on. It's like
I couldn't do the last time actually.
Yeah, neither could I. I missed. It was just
well, no, I
girls.
missed on purpose. It was too sad for me.
yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
But it's a good
Very
cause,
cool.
and we're like super honored to even be asked to be a part of it. So, yeah, right around the corner, a couple weeks, and it's in Michigan, dude. So we got a long ride. You better take Friday off.
What are you talking about? I'm gonna drive there and drive back.
Yeah, have fun with that. Dude, we got a free hotel room. What are you talking about?
Right?
Stay in a hotel room?
This isn't a
the road, man.
Right?
You can't keep this
tired,
guy
man.
down.
I drive 5 hours and I drive back, man. I can't I can barely drive 5 hours.
I'm like Warner. I gotta go to bed early.
Yeah, right.
5 hours is nothing.
Right. But that's it for tonight, Crypto Heads. Sorry I was late. Had some family business to take care of, but I'm glad I made it on to be able to meet Keira for the first time, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last, and see our old buddy Matt again. Hear all the exciting things coming up for them. D and Heisenberg, love you too. Good seeing you guys. Thanks for holding down the fort for me.
Yeah, I did a great job.
We really didn't do very much.
A1. Don't rewatch it. It's
yeah,
fun.
we shared the intro.
We did.
Did you? Awesome. Like in unison, or?
Yeah, because we both didn't say anything.
we didn't decide before she turned it.
Yeah.
I was sitting there. I was like,
So we both just sat there. Like,
Great.
Matt's like, are we gonna talk or what?
I think we both just said hi.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
And then you went live, or you were already live?
We were.
No, the live is first goofed because they didn't press go live.
Yeah.
It was that weird chat, and I was like, "We're not live on RU Media, so I don't know what's happening."
No.
It's like it's scheduled still. I was like, "Yeah, we're not there yet."
Hey, Amber, it's actually not Metallica. It's like a Mandalorian Metallica mashup T-shirt.
Oh my gosh.
Does it say Manda Blanca?
No, it says Mandalorian. Blast the lightning. Come on.
Yeah, a little. I see what they did there.
Yeah, I'm a dork. Anyways,
all right, guys.
Love you guys. Crypto Heads, have a good weekend. We'll see you next week. Denise, how do we end the show? We got this actually from Matt. So
don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole. We stole it from you, buddy. Sorry.
I agree.
Sorry, Keira. Earmuffs.
Oh yeah. We'll see you guys later. Have a good weekend.
Thanks for having us, guys. Much appreciated.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.